Good evening. I'll call regular meeting number 23 of the Town Board of the Township of Grand Island to order and ask that the town clerk please call the roll.
Councilman Rush.
He's excused.
Councilman Bilko.
Here.
Councilman Aronka.
Here.
Supervisor Cook.
Here. Thank you both. Is there anyone present tonight who wishes to make a comment to the town board on any matter that appears on tonight's agenda, with the exception of the public hearing creating lighting district numbers? All right, with that, we'll move on to the next item, the public hearing. Tonight's public hearing involves consideration of the creation of lighting district number 63 for Grand Park View, section 7. I'll ask the town clerk to please read the pertinent part of the public hearing.
The meeting of the town board will be held on December 21st at 8 p.m. to consider creation of lighting district number 63, Grand Park View, section 7, including the environmental significance thereof, and to hear all persons interested in the subject thereof.
Is there anyone present tonight who wishes to speak regarding creation of lighting district number 63? For the second time, is there anyone present tonight who wishes to speak regarding creation of lighting district number 63 for Grand Park View subdivision section 7? For the third and final time, is there anyone here present who wishes to speak regarding the creation of lighting district number 63 for Grand Park View subdivision section 7? I'll declare the public hearing closed, and town board regarding the resolution. In adoption.
Motion to create the lighting district.
All right, motion made by Councilman Bilka to create the lighting district, seconded by Councilman Aronka. Is there any discussion? Roll call.
Bilko.
Aye.
Aronka.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye. Motion is carried, and lighting district number 63 has been formed. Communications from the town board. There's a lengthy list from the supervisor. First, concerns a sheltering agreement with the Grand Island School District. In an emergency that requires the Ransom Road campus to be evacuated, the Grand Island Memorial Library, 1715 Vidal Road, has been identified as the sheltering location for students and staff from Veronica Connor Middle School. They'll have attached the sheltering agreement that has been discussed at length over several workshops and with the school. A motion is in order to authorize the supervisor to sign the attached agreement, and then the school board will take it up.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Aronka, seconded by Councilman Bilka, to authorize the supervisor to sign the agreement allowing the Grand Island Memorial Library to be used as a shelter for the Veronica Connor Middle School in case of an emergency. Any discussion? Roll call.
Aronka.
Aye.
Bilko.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye. Motion is carried. Second item, a motion is in order to authorize the supervisor to sign the facility use agreement that we have attached between the town of Grand Island and the supporters of the Grand Island Dog Park Incorporated for the proposed dog park to be located at the Nike Base Complex. As discussed and evaluated over the past weeks, this mirrors the Miracle League agreement that we have in Veterans Park, and the changes that it's a dog park and that it's in Nike Base Park, but otherwise a very similar type of agreement. So is there a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign the facility use agreement as described?
So moved.
Second. Motion by Councilman Bilka, second by Councilman Aronka. Is there any discussion? Roll call.
Bilko.
Aye.
Aronka.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye. Motion is carried. The monthly supervisor's report for November is on the agenda. You can see cash balances in the operating account began at $5,029,184. Cash balances from investments at the beginning of the month totaled $6,548,922. Interest for the operating account was $221. Investment interest was $365. Total disbursements for the month of November were $1,200,068. Total receipts were $1,428,014. Total cash balance at the end of November was $11,365,337. That is for your information only and requires no action of the board. Numbers 4 and 5 will actually get adopted together. The town board has for several months been working on an updated health and safety program, which is an addendum to the updated policy and procedure manual. So we have a resolution that I will read, and at the end, there'll be a motion to adopt it. Effective immediately, the employee manual and safety manual shall be in hereby are adopted. The policies and procedures set forth in the employee manual and the safety manual supersede the prior town policies and procedures on the same subject matter. These are both revisions. To the extent there is any conflict between the terms of the employee manual and the safety manual and a collective negotiations agreement, the terms of that collective negotiations agreement shall govern for employees covered by that agreement, and to the extent that negotiations may be requested by any union regarding provisions of the employee manual and or safety manual, and to the extent negotiations on such subject are required by law, the implementation of such provisions shall be subject to negotiations as required by law. So basically, we're adopting, these will be set forth into practice. All of our employees will get a chance to look them over and point out anything that may be the subject of union negotiations, and that will proceed on a path in the next short period of time until they're completely organized for any type of union activity. Motion by Councilman Aronica to adopt the resolution, second by Councilman Hill. Any discussion? Roll call.
Veronica?
Aye.
Phillips?
Aye.
Cook?
Aye. Motion is carried. Different for the next one, number 6, the Grand Island Police Department Policy and Procedure Manual is a new document. The motion is in order to adopt the Policy and Procedure Manual for the Grand Island Police.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Councilman Aronica, seconded by Councilman Delacup. Is there any discussion? Roll call.
Veronica?
Aye.
Phillips?
Aye.
Cook?
Aye. Motion is carried. The third concerns a clerk, part-time seasonal. In order to provide on-the-job transitional training for the incoming supervisor's secretary, I recommend a period of joint work with Ms. Mulberg. A motion is in order to appoint Cynthia Montana as clerk, part-time seasonal in the supervisor's office, effective December 22nd, 2015, at grade 6A, $18.04 per hour of the non-union salary schedule. Hiring is subject to the completion of the necessary pre-employment paperwork with the payroll department.
So moved.
Second. Motion by Councilman Bilka, seconded by Councilman Aronica. Is there any discussion? Roll call.
Phillips?
Aye.
Veronica?
Aye.
Cook?
Aye. Motion is carried. And the last item is some very great news that we originally had on the consent agenda, but decided to put it on as a separate item so we could call attention to it. And that is that last week we were notified by the Department of State in Albany that our consolidated funding application that was submitted in July for Scenic Woods Bicentennial Park, phases 1 and 1A, was funded to the tune of $197,634. So we are very pleased that that has occurred. We have a grant from the Niagara River Greenway that was granted in 2012 for almost $165,000. $46,000 of that was used to design the entire project. So we have money remaining from that combined with this that gives the town a little bit over $300,000 to actually build some trails. So the results of this, when we get started in the spring, will be that there will be actual trails in Scenic Woods. So this is a very big step, and we are very pleased to have that notification from the Department of State. And there's no action required, but you can certainly look forward to having some new trails, hopefully by next year at this time, or certainly in early 2017. There's no action required. Over the page, communications from other town officials, from Highway Superintendent Jim Tompkins. The Highway Department is asking the town board for permission to sell at auction the following surplus equipment using the internet-based auction house, Auctions International Incorporated. A 2008 Ford F-550 dump truck, a 1979 3-kilowatt generator, a 1994 Ford 550D tractor backhoe, and a 2007 Dodge Caravan. Is there a motion to grant permission?
Second.
Motion by Councilman Aronica, seconded by Councilman Bilka to put those items on Auctions International. Any discussion? Roll call.
Veronica?
Aye.
Phillips?
Aye.
Cook?
Aye. Motion is carried. From Department of Engineering and Water Resources, Town Engineer John Whitney. Honorable Town Board. On December 16, 2015, we obtained bids for the electrical maintenance and emergency service for 600 volts or less service. Contract with the low bidder being Cross Controls and Electric. The bid tabulations are attached. We hereby request authorization for the town supervisor to sign a 2-year contract, January 16 to January 2018, for the electrical maintenance and emergency service at town-owned facilities to Cross Controls and Electric. So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Aronica, seconded by Councilman Bilka. Any discussion? Roll call.
Veronica?
Aye.
Phillips?
Aye.
Cook?
Aye. Motion is carried. From Town Accountant Pamela Barton, the 2015 budget transfers are listed. Your approval is requested to perform the following budget transfers needed to balance each fund in preparation for the year ending 12/31/15. In general fund, $110,265. In the highway fund, $152,000. Nothing in the sewer fund, and $62,000 in the water fund. All of the above transfers are being made within their same fund. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Bilica, seconded by Councilman Veronica, to approve the transfers requested. Is there any discussion? Roll call.
Bilica.
Aye.
Veronica.
Aye.
Cook.
Motion is carried. We have 4 items from the Code Enforcement Office. The first regards installation of sidewalks at 891 Baseline Road. Please be advised that sidewalk installation at 891 Baseline Road has been completed with the cost detailed on the summary attached. Adoption of the resolution below will authorize payment of the costs incurred as requested by the property owner. And if you are in a situation where you need to install sidewalk, as this person was in an area that didn't have it, to connect with the existing sidewalk there, the town, you can make the choice of either doing it yourself or having the town do it. This person chose a combination. We installed the sidewalk, the owner did the final grading and seeding. There's an administration fee if you wish to carry this over 5 years. It was a decision made by the town board that it would be a useful thing for our residents who are in this position. Their home is in a district that requires sidewalks, but one had never been installed, so the option to, for a $250 administration fee to spread it over 5 years, so that the assessor can properly assess it and then pull it off after 5 years. So this person opted for that. The entire bill to the town is $4,198. The 5-year recovery period is an annual payment of $839.60. An authorization done at a board meeting to authorize that the assessor can add this to the tax bill. Whereas the town has incurred costs of $4,198 in connection with the installation of the sidewalk at 891 Baseline Road, and whereas the town is authorized to charge such cost against such property, now therefore be it resolved that the assessor is authorized to collect the funds due in 5 equal annual installments in an amount of $839.60, starting in tax year 2017. Need a motion for the resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Bilica, seconded by Councilman Aronica. Is there any discussion? Roll call.
Bilica.
Aye.
Veronica.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye. Motion is carried. Second is a special use permit renewal for Terry Mesmer at 2038 Grand Island Boulevard for an auto repair business. The special use permit was granted in December of 2008. The zoning class is Central Business District. The special use remains unchanged. I'll entertain a motion to renew special use permit.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Aronica, seconded by Councilman Bilica. Any discussion? Roll call.
Veronica.
Aye.
Bilica.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye. Motion is carried. The next 2 items are informational, require no action of the board, but it is important to note that they're both regarding the electrical examining board. The election occurred, and George Newman of Newman Electric received the most votes in this year's election for the electrical examining board. He's been contacted and has accepted the position, which is for a 2-year term of 2016 through the end of 2017. For your information, it requires no action. And the electrical examining board also made a decision regarding third-party electrical inspection. Please be advised that due to numerous complaints and issues regarding the poor performance of Commonwealth, the town's current third-party electrical inspection agency, the Electrical Examining Board, has deemed New York Atlantic Inland Incorporated as an approved electrical inspection agency for the town of Grand Island. Based on the aforementioned, commencing January 4th, 2016, licensed electricians will be directed to file inspection applications with New York Atlantic Inland Incorporated. And again, that's for your information, requires no action. Next, from Town Assessor Judy Tufelsky, alternate appointments to the Board of Assessment Review. The Assessor's Office requests the appointment of Pete Marston and David Bruno as alternate appointments to the Board of Assessment Review for the 2016 grievance term. I'll entertain a motion to approve the request as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Aronica, seconded by Councilman Bilica. Is there any discussion? Roll call.
Veronica.
Aye.
Belka.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye. Motion is carried. From the Golden Age Center, Director Barbara Gannon. I'm requesting to fill a recreation attendant position that will become vacant on December 30th, 2015, on Debbie Mondu's retirement. Motion is in order to hire Elizabeth Wilbert as a recreation attendant, full-time, at grade 2, year 3, on the CSCA salary schedule at a pay rate of $16.89 per hour, effective January 1st, 2016, with a starting date upon completion of pre-employment requirements.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Bilka, seconded by Councilman Aronica. Any discussion? Roll call.
Belka.
Aye.
Veronica.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye. Motion is carried. From the Planning Board, we have a site plan approval for a building addition and a parking lot expansion at 1879 Whitehaven Road. You have the Planning Board minutes in front of you. You did the seeker and gave it a negative declaration at tonight's workshop. The main features of this are a 1,920 square foot addition to the north side of the existing building that currently houses the Federal Express Ship Center, the Island Ship Center. Wood frame construction will match the existing building with stone and white siding. There'll be an 8-foot door to the rear of the building. Additional parking will be to the rear of the building. They have increased the parking spaces from 18 to 23. The Planning Board, it was moved by Greco, seconded by Marston, to recommend approval of the site plan, subject to approvals by all other boards. Like I said, we completed the seeker at tonight's workshop, so I'll entertain a motion to adopt the Planning Board's approval, if you so desire.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Aronica, seconded by Councilman Bilka, to approve the site plan for a building addition and a parking lot expansion at 1879 Whitehaven Road. Any discussion? Roll call.
Veronica.
Aye.
Belka.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye. Motion is carried. Report of the Audit Committee. We're missing the chairman, but I'm certain that somebody else is taking charge.
Make a motion to pay the following amounts to the following accounts. General Fund, $124,281.78. Highway Fund, $9,289.34. Sewer Fund, $8,059.06. Water Fund, $27,131.75. Trust and Agency Fund, $186.46. Capital Fund, $193,407.65. Refuge and Garbage, $115,117.52. Capital Reserve, $5,073.06, for a total of $482,546.62.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to pay the bills and from the funds as presented. Any discussion? Roll call.
Veronica.
Aye.
Belka.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye. Motion is carried. We have unfinished business tonight, 2 of which we can resolve and 1 which will remain on the table. The first concerns Erie Plumbing at 1730 Baseline Road, a site plan revision. When we first received this, it needed a variance, and it has since gotten that variance. The county has submitted their review, and we also granted it a negative declaration through the State Environmental Quality Review at the workshop tonight. So a motion is in order to approve the site plan for the revision of outdoor storage, if you so desire, according to the Planning Board's recommendation.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Bilka, seconded by Councilman Aronica, to approve the site plan for the revision for outdoor storage at 1730 Baseline Road. Any discussion? Roll call.
Belka.
Aye.
Veronica.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye. Motion is carried. The second, local law intro number 8 of 2015 to amend the town code regarding R2 zoning is waiting for Erie County to chime in. And they still have a little bit of time in their month of allowed approval. In some situations, we might move ahead with it, but we're very concerned that they might have a comment and don't think they will, but because of the high profile of this and because of the attention that it would get, we would think that the most conservative and prudent thing to do is to leave this on the table, and I would think that by the first meeting of 2016, the town board will be able to adopt the local line show number 8 of 2015 to amend the town code regarding R2 zoning. So that one will remain on the table. Last on our table, our unfinished business is local line show number 12 of 2015, the rezoning of 2339 West River Road from B2 to R1A. We received the county comments back. We completed the secret at the workshop, issuing a negative deck. The planning board recommended that 2339 West River Road be rezoned from B2 to R1A. And we had a public hearing regarding that same issue and heard from 2 different people supporting the rezone. I'll entertain a motion to rezone, or to adopt local law number 12 of 2015 as local law number 16 of 2015.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Billiken, seconded by Councilman Aronica to adopt local law number 12 as local law number 16. Is there any discussion? Roll call.
Billika?
Aye.
Veronica?
Aye.
Cook?
Aye. Motion is carried. That takes us to the end of our agenda. Is there anyone in the audience tonight who wishes to make any comments to the town board regarding any issue, not only those that were on the agenda? Okay. There's no one. In addition to the grant news that we talked about earlier for Scenic Woods, we also received great news last week, not even a week ago, it was Wednesday the 16th, that our grant application to Erie County under the Blighted Buildings Program to demolish building number 3 at the Nike base has been funded, and that will have an April 1st contract start date. So as you drive into the Nike base, you've got the rec offices on your left, you've got the community building on your right, and a little bit further back on the right, you've got Parks Maintenance. On the left, you have the Golden Age Center, and then kind of straight back, the building that's most to the right is a dilapidated building number 3 that will be demolished. And there's asbestos involved, and it was a pretty huge expense. So we're very happy to have some grant money, and once that building comes down, that will allow a lot better use of that property. And we currently have activity on the farthest most in that row of buildings. There were 4 of them. When this gets demolished, there will only be 3 left, I believe, 2 left. And the Somerville Club has 1 of them. So 2 years ago, we worked very diligently with the Snowmobile Club, and they have taken over the building farthest to the east, and that has become a much nicer building. They've refurbished it, they use it for storage, it brings activity back there of a good nature, and we are most pleased with how that's going. So I'm looking very forward to exciting developments at the Nucky Base complex as things move forward, and it was particularly good to find out that we have this building that's coming down. The dog park agreement that we approved earlier in the meeting is in that general vicinity, so having this building gone will allow some very nice options for that dog park. I'll just say that it's been an honor and a privilege to serve 18 years as a councilwoman and 4 years as supervisor. I've enjoyed working with many town boards. 2 of the people are here now who will carry through to next year, and I want to especially thank you both for the work that you've given, and I wish you well in the years ahead.